Hi, welcome back to the January House. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mike. I am a full-time reseller on platforms such as eBay, Amazon, Mercari, and I make YouTube videos. Most of my videos are what's sold videos, things that are shipping out of my store that are interesting that I thought I'd share. And on Sundays, my videos are tips and tricks, things that I've learned along the way that I'd like to share with you, and hopefully maybe these things will work for you, or if you have a better way to do these things, you will leave a note in the comments and I can learn a little bit as well. So today's video, the inspiration came from an Instagram post that I saw yesterday from the Picking Wrestler. And if you're not following the Picking Wrestler on Instagram, I'll leave his handle here and also in the description of this video. But he's very motivational, and I usually get a lot of value out of watching his clips that he posts on Instagram. Yesterday's post from the Picking Wrestler was about refreshing your eBay store. And if you're not familiar with what refreshing your eBay store items are, there's a number of YouTube videos you can watch on them, but basically it's changing key factors within your listing so that you kind of hack the eBay algorithm for buyers when they're searching for items. So if you change the item title to add different keywords for when buyers are looking for things, it'll bump that listing up to be able to be seen by more users or new users that are searching for those items. Anyway, I've never done refreshing of items in my store. My method of selling on eBay is to list it and forget it. And if it sells in a month, great. If it sells in a year, great. And you've seen some of my videos that have taken items 2 years to sell. It is what it is, in my opinion, and I wasn't about to mess with changing titles or changing descriptions or whatever the key indicators are that you need to change on a listing by listing basis. I just was never into it. I was more into just listing new items, getting new items into the store. However, now in the current situation that we're in, eBay has given store owners 50,000 free listings where you don't have to pay listing fees. I'm never going to add 50,000 free listings in a month or 2 months or whatever the timeline is. So when I watched the Picking Wrestler's post yesterday, he made a good point. A good way to refresh your store would be to end certain items in your store and then relist them. And normally you would pay a relisting fee depending on your store level, but now we all have 50,000 free listings, so there's no fee. So I thought it was a great idea, and I went in and I ended all of my listings that had 0 watchers. I figured if no one's watching these items and I end them, what's the big deal? I'm going to relist them anyway. And when I relist them, they're going to have no watchers right away to start with. So what could it hurt? And if it hacks the eBay algorithm and gets me more views or sales, actually, hey, that's great, right? That's what we're here for. So I did that, and I kind of wanted to share my experience with you, and I really had good results so far in the 12 hours it's been since I've done that. I actually had a couple sales, some offers on some items, and some watchers on items that I didn't have already. So let's go over to the computer. I'll show you how I did it, and maybe it'll work for you and you can try it out yourself. Now, one thing I want to tell you before we start is your unsolds. I would clear out all of your unsold listings that you currently have in your store right now. So for me, my example is we sell items on eBay and then we cross-post them to, say, Mercari. So the same item is listed on eBay and Mercari. And if it sells on Mercari, then we go into our eBay store and we end the listing. And then it goes on to your unsold list on eBay. So normally there's a number of items in my unsold list, things that have sold on Mercari that I've ended on eBay that are still in my unsold category. You can clear them out, but I'm bad at clearing them out right away, and I leave them there for a long time. What we're doing today is we're ending items. They're going to go to that unsold list, and then we're going to relist them from that unsold list. But if you already have items in your unsold list that you don't want relisted, say you sold them on Mercari and they're in your unsold list, you don't want them relisted along with these other items because, oops, you don't have that item to actually sell, right? So my advice is clear out your unsold items right now before we start. I'll show you how we do it, how I did it yesterday, and this is all on the computer, so let's check it out. Okay, here we are on the computer, and this is any page within eBay. So to get to your listings, you'll want to hover over the My eBay link and click on Selling. And this will bring you to the Seller Hub. And we're going to clear out our unsold listings first. So hover over the listing tab and go to unsold and click that link. Now, I don't have any unsold listings in my store currently because I did this yesterday. But if you do and you want to get rid of them, you can highlight them all using this checkbox next to this actions word, and it'll highlight all of your unsold listings. And then you'll want to click on this action button, and then it'll go, and then click the delete button, and it will delete all of your unsold listings in one shot. Because when we're done ending our items, we're going to relist them from this screen, and we don't want to relist any unsold items where we don't actually have the item in inventory. So I suggest clearing out your unsold listings first by doing this. Okay? All right, so do that, and then hover back on your listings tab and go to active. Click on active, and that'll take you to your active listings. You'll see I have 766 here currently, and here is a description of them. Now, this chart is customizable because the way I ended listings and relisted them yesterday was by number of watchers, but I don't believe that watcher is a column that's normally populated in this view. So if it's not on your screen, you can add watchers to your view by hitting this customize link here, and then checking this box that says watchers, and then you can move the watchers column within that list. You'll see mine is right next to promoted listings, but you can use these buttons to move it to wherever you want to. I don't need to do any of this, so I'm not going to save. I'm just going to exit out of here. But once you do that, you'll see number of watchers, and then if you click the word watcher, it will sort by number of watchers. Okay, and here's obviously the most, and if you hit it again, it will be the least. Okay, now if you want to do it the way I did it and end listings with 0 watchers, scroll to the bottom of this page, and you can't see, but behind my picture here is how many listings it will display on per page, and I think the default here is 25, which is what we're looking at. But you'll want to click that to 200 probably, or 100, or however many. The most I think is 200, so make your selection as appropriate, but I use 200. I just can't show you because my picture here is in the way currently. But I already did the 0 watchers yesterday, so I'm gonna go to a tab where I'm gonna end listings for items where I only have 1 watcher. Okay, so I already did that. I sorted by number of watchers, and I went to the items that have 1 watcher, and I checked the box already. So if you're going to do 0 or 1 or both, whatever you're going to do, check your boxes, and then you'll scroll back up to the top. You'll click this actions button, and the first choice is end. All right, before we click end, I wanted to let you know that if you have the settings enabled where you get an email when items are ended in your store, you're going to get a number of emails sent to your whatever email account you use with eBay. And for me, it was 200 at a time. I was editing 200 listings at a time. I had 750 items, just say, in my store, and I had about 500 that had 0 watchers. So I was editing 200 items at a time. So when I hit end, I got 200 notifications in my email on my phone, actually, that these items were ending. So it's not a big deal. I just want to let you know before your phone starts blowing up or your email starts blowing up with all these listing end notices. Okay, so all right, back to it. We're going to end those items. So when you hit end, it'll take you to this review page, so you can just make sure that these are the items that you're going to end. Okay, so scroll to the bottom, and you'll see this box over here on the left, if I can get to it, that says end listing. Okay, click that, and it takes a minute because I'm doing 110 items at a time here. All right, so I won't make you wait through all of this. I will come back when this is done. Okay, we're back. So the listings have ended. You get this notification, okay? I went back to my eBay store after that. Whoops, I'm sorry. What you should do is click on My eBay again, go to Selling, click on Selling, and then go to Listings, and go to Unsold, click on Unsold, and then you'll see I have those 110 listings that I just ended are in my Unsold Listings category, okay? So I want to highlight them all in one shot by clicking on the checkbox next to the word Actions, okay? And then I'm going to click this Relist button. And it's going to relist them all in one shot. And this might take a little while, but it wasn't too long. Okay, and select them all and hit Submit All down here at the bottom. And it says, hey, this is what is going to happen. You're going to submit 110. It's not going to cost you anything because there's no fees currently. You're going to say confirm and submit. Yep. Okay, then it's going to take you back to this manage your unsold listings page, and you can see it's 0 because you just submitted them. You just relisted all of those listings. All right, hopefully that was easy enough for you to do, maybe a medium skill level. Like I said, I've already seen results from this, 2 sales so far, 2 offers, so hopefully they turn into sales, and a number of watchers on items that I previously did not have. So overall, I am very pleased, and I'll probably do this again at some point, or at least look into refreshing items in my store in the future. If you liked today's video, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you tried it and if it worked for you, or if it didn't work, or if you have a better way of ending items and relisting them. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more great videos. Thanks.